Welcome to Frost & Sullivan's Growth Podcast. In each episode, we are taking a deeper look at transformative shifts shaping global ecosystems, from industry megatrends and technology innovation to evolving customer expectations. Today, we are exploring the top growth opportunities in commercial vehicles across Japan and South Korea, unpacking where the next wave of opportunities is unfolding and what it means for future-ready businesses. Japan and South Korea are two of Asia-Pacific's most strategically significant commercial vehicle geographies, and the decisions being made in boardrooms and R&D labs in both countries right now are building competitive advantages that will take years to replicate. We will be covering the strategic imperatives reshaping the CV industry, ecosystem dynamics in both geographies, and the specific growth opportunities that are commanding capital and leadership attention today. So, stay tuned. Let's start by understanding why Japan and South Korea deserve attention as distinct commercial vehicle stories, not one consolidated Asia-Pacific narrative. Japan's CV industry is built around a mature, deeply integrated domestic manufacturing base. Toyota, Isuzu, Hino, and Suzuki are holding firm positions across light, medium, and heavy-duty segments. Light commercial vehicles in Japan run predominantly on gasoline. That's more than 80% of sales, while diesel continues to power most medium and heavy-duty operations. The electrification story here is focused, disciplined, and very specifically anchored in the K-van segment and hydrogen for heavier applications. South Korea is a different animal entirely. Hyundai accounts for more than two-thirds of all CV sales in the country, with diesel powering 86.5% of light commercial vehicles and nearly all medium and heavy-duty trucks. But here's where it gets interesting. Electric LCV penetration is already reaching 13%. Technology startups are disrupting legacy operators, and global OEMs from India and the US are establishing early footholds. The concentration of market power is quietly creating entry opportunities for challengers willing to move fast on electrification. Are your growth strategies aligned with how these two ecosystems are diverging, and are you positioned to capture value in both? First, industry convergence. OEMs, Tier 1 suppliers, and technology companies are forming cross-industry partnerships, combining engineering depth, software capability, and logistics expertise to tackle emissions, safety, and connectivity challenges simultaneously. In both Japan and South Korea, the single-company innovation model is giving way to shared risk, accelerated development partnerships. Second, transformative megatrends. The commercial vehicle itself is being redefined. Autonomous technology, green transport solutions, and connected fleet models are changing how CVs are deployed, financed, and operated. Telematics, digital freight brokerage, and advanced powertrains are gaining momentum, and fleet operators who understand the data these vehicles are generating are building durable competitive advantages. Third, competitive intensity. Tech companies are moving into commercial trucking. Legacy operators that resist change are encountering competition from new entrants using AI and connected platforms to overhaul fleet economics and revenue models. The pace of this disruption is accelerating, and the window for deliberate, planned responses is narrowing. How are you implementing best practices to convert these strategic imperatives into differentiated, revenue-generating business strategies? Two growth opportunities in Japan stand out clearly for organizations watching where capital is moving and where competitive leadership is being established. The first is scaling modular LCV platforms for urban electrification. E-commerce growth is pushing demand for smaller, more agile delivery vehicles, and Japan's urban environments are genuinely purpose-built for them. Fixed routes, regular stops, regenerative braking, easy access to charging points. Without a combustion engine constraining the design, modular EV platforms are opening possibilities in weight distribution, cargo space, and vehicle configuration that simply weren't available before. The result is lower long-term development costs and faster time to market across multiple LCV weight classes. Toyota is building modular electric platforms that connect directly to its fleet management and hydrogen infrastructure, while Suzuki is applying its K-van expertise to purpose-built electric microvans for Tokyo, Osaka, and other high-density cities. The second opportunity is Japan's hydrogen first mover play. With hydrogen momentum slowing in North America and Europe, Japan is using that gap to establish a decisive position in fuel cell commercial vehicles. Toyota's third-generation fuel cell system, launched in early 2025, is expanding into heavy-duty commercial trucks through public-private initiatives including the Tokyo H2 project. Honda is simultaneously advancing its next-generation fuel cell module at half the production cost and more than double the durability of its predecessor, while partnering with Isuzu to accelerate hydrogen adoption in commercial trucking. The goal is proving hydrogen as a serious alternative for long-haul and heavy-duty use cases where battery electric still falls short. Which strategic partnerships are you building to keep pace with competitive change in CV electrification and alternative powertrains? South Korea's CV industry is tight. Two OEMs essentially control the medium and heavy-duty segment, and Hyundai holds commanding positions across both LCV and MNHD categories. But that concentration is opening doors for challengers rather than closing them. Global OEMs, particularly from India, are establishing footholds through local partnerships, joint ventures, and electrification-led entry strategies that sidestep traditional barriers. Tata Daewoo already has a direct manufacturing presence inside South Korea's CV industry. These moves are signaling to the broader market that the electrification era is creating new entry vectors that simply did not exist in the diesel-dominated competitive structure. The second major growth opportunity sits at the intersection of EV policy generosity and infrastructure scale. South Korea's government is offering subsidies of up to $60,000 for electric medium and heavy-duty CVs, with local governments stacking on top-ups, free parking, and toll waivers in green zones. The national charging build-out is already running at scale, with Korea Electric Power Corporation operating over 250,000 charging points. Kia Corporation is going after the electric commercial segment through its purpose-built vehicle platform, the PV5, PV7, and PV9, targeting 250,000 units globally by 2030. And South Korea committed KRW $196.3 billion in 2025 to expand hydrogen refueling infrastructure, with over 450 stations targeted and 62 dedicated CV hydrogen chargers already operational. Are you benchmarking against the best practices shaping South Korea's CV electrification and industry entry story? The companies building sustained leadership across both Japan and South Korea are making a consistent set of decisions. They are treating the commercial vehicle as an entry point into a broader ecosystem of data, energy, and logistics management rather than as a standalone product sale. Software and infrastructure ownership are becoming more strategically valuable than the hardware itself. The best practices taking shape across both geographies share three characteristics. First, platform modularity. The ability to support multiple powertrains on a shared architecture is compressing development timelines and improving return on investment across vehicle weight classes. Second, ecosystem integration. From charging infrastructure to telematics to freight platforms, leaders are building connected networks rather than isolated products. Third, policy alignment. The organizations capturing the most growth are aligning product roadmaps with government incentive frameworks from the outset, treating policy as a commercial input rather than a compliance variable. The next decade of leadership in Asia-Pacific's commercial vehicle industry belongs to organizations that master modular electrification and regional ecosystem partnerships today. The window for building those capabilities with first-mover advantage is open right now. Is your organization equipped with the right tools and frameworks to adapt growth strategies to the CV transformation underway in Japan and South Korea? Thanks for joining us on Frost & Sullivan's Growth Podcast. For access to our research, competitive benchmarking, and best practice frameworks, head over to frost.com or email us at hello@frost.com. We'll be back soon with more to help you stay clear-headed and growth-ready.